What is up, my butter biscuits? Y'all, I apologize that I've been missing for about a week now. It's because I had a whole lot going on in my life, and then Halloween came up, and then my brother came in town, and then I forgot to upload a video. Well, I didn't forget to upload a video to my second channel on Sunday. I just didn't have the time to edit that video, so I do apologize for that, but I do have the next 2 weeks already done, so those are going to be in order, so I apologize for that, y'all. Within today's video, we're going to be talking about Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star. This one to me low-key kind of came out of left field. I'm a little bit confused here as if to like they're doing kind of like a whole nother docu-series to come out with the collection or not, because if you guys have not seen, basically within this whole hour-long video, Shane Dawson is saying that they were working on a second palette in 2020, but then like COVID happened, and then also all types of their cancellation and all that happened as well too. But then I'm really curious as to like, why is he talking about it? Do you know what I mean? We're going to be talking about the shades and stuff like that within today's video. This is a little bit more of a makeup related video, not so much like a drama video, you know what I'm saying? However, I do want to talk a little bit about the series and what you guys think about it as well too. Also, I want to ask you guys, like, right off the jump, do you guys think that they're going to be coming out with a second collection? Because I really am curious. And I will be honest with you guys, if you guys have not seen the videos, I have all the screenshots from their videos. I've seen all the videos. There's only one. Well, there's going to be 3, but if you guys haven't seen that first video yet, I have all the screenshots of the color story, and I'm like, you know what? This color story looks like it's going to be better than the original Conspiracy palette. Y'all know that I picked up that palette, and y'all, I used it, I want to say 2 times, and that's literally it. I just did 2 YouTube videos on it, and ever since then, I never really touched it, only because like I really did like the packaging and everything, but then obviously I was supporting them like big time during that time, and I thought it was so exciting because I really did love the docu-series. But that color story to me, and I've said it time and time again, and I still stand by it, it's just a hot mess of a color story. Like, it's just really not cohesive, and you can't really build like too many like good looks out of it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not like, I don't know, I feel like Jeffree Star's normal color stories are really, really good, and I felt like that one was just, it was a little bit all over the place. Don't get me wrong, like the first top row, like, yeah, you could make some really good looks in there, but then the rest of it was just a mess. But they're showing the shades of which they were created in like 2020, because I guess they have this footage. But then I'm just really thinking, because I was reading all the comments and everyone's like, are you guys going to come out with the palette? Please tell me you guys are coming out with the palette. So I'm really curious. I'm like, are they doing this to come out with it, or are they just doing it just to show what they had created? Because I feel like if you're going through all this, you might as well just come out with it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so we're going to be talking about that within today's video. Make sure you guys head over to my second channel, subscribe over there. I got a new video coming up this Sunday. By the way, I have my very last Disneyland video. I know it's like probably super tiring by now because I did like 5 Disney videos. However, I went to like so many different parks over there. So the Animal Kingdom video will be going up next Sunday, not this coming Sunday, but next Sunday. We did a like vegan food review. I had my brother go to my favorite vegan restaurant, so that'll be going up on Sunday. Make sure you guys subscribe over there. I would really appreciate the support. Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate that as well too. And let's go and get into it. I forgot to mention in the intro as well too, I apologize that you guys are going to see this repeated outfit for about 4 videos, only because I have to do a lot of pre-filming right now because I do need some oral surgery, and they put me on like an emergency list, so I don't know when I'm going to be getting that done. So I'm trying to like get all of my videos done ahead of time. And then also I will be getting back into some reviews as well as some makeup tutorials because it is finally cooled down, and I'm so excited for that. I actually just went shopping at Sephora, which will be another video after I film this one. And I'm going to do like a little haul of the things that I purchased at Sephora. And I am going to be doing a review of the Lady Gaga House Labs foundation as well as the Charlotte Tilbury concealer. So those are going to be like my first 2 reviews in like, oh my gosh, I want to say what, like maybe this whole entire year. I literally don't even remember doing a review this year. It's been so freaking long. So stay tuned for those. More makeup videos are coming, and I think I will be going back to my studio pretty soon, which I'm really excited about because I just have more space in there. I'm just like crammed in a corner here in my room. Anyways, let me shut up. Let's go ahead and talk about this. One thing before I talked about the color story, I wanted to talk about this because I found it to be very interesting because everyone was making such a big deal. And I myself included, I was literally like, oh my God, like he's going to make bank from this. Only because when they were doing the docu-series, like they made it seem like he was going to be making like 10 to 20 million dollars. Well, Shane Dawson's mother-in-law, I was going to say Shane Dawson's mom, Shane Dawson's mother-in-law actually asked him a question within this video and said, how come you don't talk about this being a money grab and whatnot? So I do want to play a clip from the video for you guys, so that way you guys have a little bit of context about this, because I really am curious to know of how much you think that he made from it. And I really wish he would have just said how much he made from it, because obviously everybody was thinking that he made a massive amount because apparently they sold so like literal millions of these palettes. So I'm like really curious, but go ahead and check out this clip right here for context.
My money, because yeah, the truth of it is I did not make anywhere near what people think I made, which I think that's another thing. People thought I made like 10 or 20 million dollars on it. I did not. And financial stuff aside, like being very honest. The first palette did very well, but the cost of goods is crazy. So like, yes, the palette made like 30 million whatever dollars, but then the cost of goods was literally $20 million. So it's like, okay, take that away. And then after that, you know, it was all the people involved in the company. Then after that, like my cut, my 25% or whatever it was after so many cuts. And then after that, and then I gave my coworker at the time 25% of what I made from it. So after all was said and done with taxes and everything, yeah, it was a great amount of money that I'm so blessed and proud of and so grateful for, because it helped with getting this house in Colorado. And you know, but like, was it like I can retire now money? No.
So as y'all can see from right there, he said he did not make anywhere near what people think he made. So I'm like, how much did you make? Like, I don't know. I feel like he had to make probably at least 5 million, don't you think? I feel like, I don't know, just with the success of everything. And he said that he got 25%, but then he also had to pay other people percentage as well too. I still feel like it was a lot, y'all, because if you guys do not remember that whole time at Morphe in the mall, I think it was at the Mall of America, yo, it was crazy. I remember even at my like local mall, like Cerritos Mall, if you guys are in like the Long Beach, like Lakewood, Cerritos area, Cerritos Mall line was literally wrapped into the parking lot. I was like, oh my, I have never seen nothing that crazy before, not even for an iPhone line, you know? So I just kind of was like tripped out about that, because I'm like really curious to know how much money he made. But I wanted to go ahead and get into some of these shades right here and some of the products that he was, that he was talking about within the video, because I wanted to say some of the shades that he was actually coming out with I thought looked really pretty. And I wanted to get your guys' opinion about this, because I was like, you know what? Some of the things actually could be good. And I wonder what his whole concept was about this. This shade right here, I thought was like really, really beautiful. It's a black, but it has like a pink and silver shimmer to it. And I don't know, I really like this one right here. You know what, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, the black that he put inside the Conspiracy palette, I felt like really was a little bit lackluster. But correct me if I'm wrong, I'm a little bit too lazy to go walk over to my studio and get my cremated palette. But tell me the cremated palette doesn't have a shade like this. I feel like it does. Maybe I'm tripping. Anyways, moving on right here. Then we have this other shade right here, which I want to say this shade, which Jeffree Star said it was like Scorpio, his liquid lipstick, but just a little bit lighter. I thought this shade was really beautiful as well too. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, like, y'all know, I need to count how many palettes I have, but I feel like I have over 100. And I don't have a color like that. So I was like, okay, like these are different things right here. By the way, you guys, I'm literally going in order of like how the video was laid out. I just started taking screenshots and screen recordings of it just to talk about it within today's video, because I'm just really intrigued as if they're going to be coming out with another collection, which I really just feel like they should, you know? And I'd be really curious to know what everything is going to look like and hopefully be a little bit more amped up and a little bit more cohesive. Do you know what I mean? But this is kind of like a color story that Shane Dawson had built right here. And I want to say that I feel like I like that better than the Conspiracy palette. Like, I feel like there's some very interesting shades in there. And there's some shades in there that I've actually, like, I don't even have inside my palette. So that made me intrigued in it. Which, I'm going to be honest with you guys, it's really rare these days, because I feel like everything has been done. This one right here, y'all, I'm literally, like, kind of shooketh. Because this row, to me, this is gonna sound so messed up, okay? But I'm just keeping it real. I feel like Shane Dawson, only because like he's new to makeup and he doesn't really know about it. Like, I kind of blew my mind that he actually made such a beautiful assortment of colors. Like, this to me looks absolutely gorgeous. And if this was a row inside of a palette, I would instantly like being drawn to it. I think it's so beautiful with the black with the shimmer and the red in there and the gold and the like orangey tone with the bronze and the deep plum. I just feel like it's a super beautiful row. So that got me really intrigued, to be honest with you guys. I was like, oh, okay, that's really cute. And I didn't think Shane had it in him, only because that first palette, like, y'all, I said it back then and I'll say it now, I feel like that first palette was a little bit tacky, in my personal opinion. But that was really cute. So then he also was talking about this shade right here, which is called, what was it called? T-Hab, I think it was. Yeah, T-Hab. I don't know. This green shade right here, I also want to say, I thought it was really close to food videos, but then Jeffree Star had him do like a swatch comparison within the video, and they are a little bit different, but I do still feel like it is pretty similar. And I don't know if you guys remember, but within the original Conspiracy palette, I feel like that video right there, it really stood out to me only because I didn't have anything like it. I thought it was really unique. But then when I used it, I was like, I don't like it. There's so much kickback. It's not like you have to really, really pack it on to get the pigment, you know? I just feel like it really wasn't there. The color was there, but just, I don't know, needed a little bit more, you know? Anyways, going into this row right here where he has like this, the black shimmer with that taupe and the green, in a weird way, I feel like it works, but I don't feel like that green would work with the like gray, like purple, you know what I mean? Like, what would you guys consider that color? It's like a gray lavender, if that makes any type of sense. And then also he was swatching one that was called Pig's Blood, which I thought was super beautiful as well too, next to the shade I'm Done, which is another interesting shade, y'all. It's almost like it has a little bit of rosiness to it, but then it's like a rosy brown, if that makes any type of sense. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like when I was watching this whole video, I was just kind of like a little bit shook about the color story of this. And I was like, okay, why am I more intrigued in this color story than the conspiracy color story? Because y'all know during that time I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy this palette because obviously I wanted to do a review about it. And then on top of that too, I was watching the series, so I was like really interested to get my hands on it and test the quality and all that good stuff. But that color story to me is just really, it's a hot mess. Like, that's just my opinion. Like, I just feel like it's just, This one, I really do think that it has potential. Like, I'm actually really surprised about this. And the shade, by the way, the Lab, y'all, that shade to me is just so beautiful. That like turquoitic blue, I just feel like it's so beautiful. I don't know. There's a lot of shades in here that I was like, hold up, why is like Shane creating a good color story here? And then also, if you guys did not see, they actually showed the making of the shade Shane Glossin, which is like a white base with a green pearl like dual chromeness to it. And I felt like that shade was really beautiful too, y'all. I literally was sitting there watching this video and I'm like, why am I low-key very interested in this? And I wanted to said this before. I feel like after the whole making of the very first docuseries, I don't understand why other brands didn't get on top of it. Maybe I'm the only weirdo out there. Well, I mean, I really can't be. This was #1 trending on YouTube. But I feel like being able to watch a like product be made and like see the actual behind the scenes really entices you to buy it. I don't know if I'm just like the only one on my channel that like likes that, but I don't know. I get really excited and seeing them in the lab and seeing them creating it and seeing the actual like the lab chemists inside there like mixing up the colors to make the green and mixing the blue. It's just like, I don't know. I just thought it was really, really cool. And y'all, I instantly got excited. I totally understand that there's obviously so much drama surrounded around Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson, and I already seen tweets now of people like going in like, oh my god, this is another cash grab, and oh my gosh, this is another infomercial for a palette, you know. And I do totally understand where they're coming from. I understand that obviously Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson have been wrapped up in a lot of drama, but I don't know, y'all know me, y'all know how I am. I just feel like everybody deserves redemption, everybody deserves forgiveness, everybody makes mistakes. And I feel like this whole internet persona, I say it time and time again, of the holier than thou-ness is just, it's too much. Everybody messes up. Like, so many people that I see out there talking trash, talking about like, oh my god, this is just another cash grab, they're canceled anyways, who supports them? I'm like, okay, you've made mistakes too. Like, you know, there's one person in a specific example that I'm talking about, I'm like, girl, you have made so many mistakes on social media as well too. You've been called out for so many things before too. So like, why are you so pressed on canceling somebody else when you yourself can be canceled? Like, I just don't get it, you know. And that's, to me, I'm like, I'm never going to be a hypocrite. There's things that I have done and said that are completely wrong, and I've messed up and made mistakes. So why am I going to get on the internet and act like I'm better than somebody else and be like, oh my god, this person should be canceled, when clearly I could be canceled too? Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody just needs to learn to forgive and learn to move on. And I really want to say, just keeping it real, I'm really interested in this. I'm really interested in this. And also, I'm really interested in it too because I don't see any other brands doing it. I don't really understand. Like, Morphe is a perfect example of this. They work with so many social media influencers. How come they don't have any behind the scenes processing of this and create a little 3-part docuseries on it as well too? Like, say for example, if they're working with, did they work, like, I think they worked with the D'Amelios. Like, if they worked with the D'Amelios, how come they didn't do a behind the scenes creative process of it? It really gets people intrigued in it, and then it makes them want to buy the product, you know? So I'm going to tell you guys this, and this may ruffle a lot of feathers out there, but I'm just keeping it real. This is my channel. This is my opinion. I low-key am going to be probably a little bit bothered if they go through this whole process of showing the creating of this palette and then never come out with it. Like, I will say that is a little bit frustrating. Do you know what I mean? Like, why would you go through this whole process, get people excited to see the color story, to see the packaging, to see the whole concept of it, and then not come out with it? Like, to me, that's just kind of dumb. And then you're like teasing people. Do you know what I mean? And I will be honest with you guys, if I really do end up liking, like if they end up coming out with a full-on collection and they release a palette and it's a good color story, like how it looks like it's coming out to be, I will buy it and I will do a review of it. But obviously we have to stay tuned to see if they're really going to do it. I just definitely think that they should, if they're going to be doing that. But make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions on everything. Do you guys think that they really are going to release it, or do you think they're just going to do the behind the scenes processing of it just because they thought it was a good concept to make like another docu-series about the canceled life of Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star? Because y'all, I'm telling you, I low-key will be a little bit disappointed, because imagine, y'all, I'm gonna be following this along, and then can you imagine if I'm like, oh my god, I love this color story, and then imagine they don't come out with it. Like, y'all, I will be pressed. I'll be like, why are you teasing me with this color story right here and this cool packaging and whatnot, and then not come out with it? You know what I mean? So hopefully they do come out with it, even though I know that may ruffle a lot of feathers. But y'all know me. I just be forgiving everybody, and I feel like everybody makes mistakes, and damn, everybody deserves to just move on, you know? But anyways, that wraps it up for this video. I literally just wanted to talk about the colors and the eyeshadows that they're going to possibly coming out with, and yeah, a little bit about this. Make sure you guys let me know how much you guys think that Shane Dawson made from this, because he said it like very convincingly. I didn't make anything near that, and I'm like, I don't know. I bet you he made at least 5 million, because he said that from that earnings that he bought his house in Colorado from that. And y'all, that house looks really nice, so I'm sure that costs a pretty penny. But make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.